Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk aviation. What you're looking at right here is a Sport Cub S2 from Hobby Zone. Comes in this great big kit right here. This is new to me, not new. Horizon Hobby makes them. Great folks at Horizon Hobby. They've taken this whole aircraft game in another direction. This isn't the only company, okay? There's a few others, which we will get into as this whole aviation series progresses. Let me first start by saying, years ago, my father and I used to fly planes together. Nitro planes, particularly. A few great planes that he built, but they were a lot bigger, and they were made of balsa. They were covered in Monaco, which is a special lightweight coating that has a bit of strength to it. Really nice shine. Really sold a scale look on a lot of planes. This is not one of those. No. This is purely electric. This little puppy right here was technically the first plane I've flown in well over a decade. And let me tell you, it was airborne and flying. First try. No problems whatsoever. Thanks to a little system they put in this. Safe technology. Now there's a few different versions of it. I do believe Spectrum calls it Smart Select or Safe Select or something like that. Yeah, as you get into it, you kind of see that it's all the same thing. It provides the next level of stability while you're flying these things. Just look at that. It's just a light styrofoam little plane. Doesn't weigh anything at all. Tumbles on the ground, pick it up, throw it again, and you're airborne. Just about anybody can grab one of these up. This is an older model. It is pre-owned, okay, but to the point, all the new models have that same styled, safe technology. Don't mind the glare. That's just how it's happened to work out. The plane's not glaring, and that's what you're here to see. So, as I was saying, yeah, anybody can grab up one of these, have that smart stability control system on, and I'll demonstrate just how that works in a minute here, and learn how to fly in a matter of, I'd say, a battery. I loved it. It is great. I've never seen such a quick introduction to it. It does help to have an understanding of, you know, the controls of an aircraft, how to bank it, how to pull into those turns, what to do when the thing seems like it's out of control instead of just panicking. It does help, but I mean, it won't stop you from learning. So if you've ever been interested, I recommend these little bind and fly, safe technology, very stable flying planes. Something immediate I want to point out to you guys. This is not the standard tire for the Sport Cub. They're actually quite a bit smaller. If you look at the picture on the box, it's an itty bitty little tire. And these come off another plane, which we'll get to in another video. But it helps a lot with landing such a small, light plane. A lot of times it just wants to nose over. But as I said, you just pick it up, throw it, and you're flying again. Alright, let's say you want to get into flying. You want to get in on the new technology that makes it so that anybody can fly. You run out and you grab one of these. But first, make sure you get one completely ready to fly that has this included in the box. This is a bind and fly controller. This will allow you to fly most of the bind and fly aircraft, if not all of them. It uses the DSM-2, DSM-X. I'm pretty sure it's all this Spectrum bind and fly technology. I'm still kind of new into it, so I'm probably going to make a few mistakes. Don't crucify me for it. We'll just continue on. So, in this box, you get this. You get this beautiful Cub. Let's set that right back there. And it does stand up on its own. You get this lovely little charger, USB powered, so if you have a portable battery bank, this is your field charger. You get a little battery, something like this. You don't get this one. This one is mine. But you get one of these, and it's probably about the size of this guy here. This is a small Turnigy 3.7 volt, one cell battery. And this is 100, what does it say that is? 138 milliamp hour? On my way home, I got this one. It's 150. All the rest of the information is about the same. Just a little bit longer life. Plugs into your field charger. Just like so. You plug it in, it starts charging. Light goes out when it's done. For those of you brave enough to read them, you even get a nice little instruction manual. It tells you everything you need to know about it. If you've never flown before, it tells you all about how your controls actually work. I might give a brief quick rundown of that. It tells you how your experience mode settings work, so what level of stability you want flying, or if you want to just push the envelope and go all willy-nilly with no stabilization whatsoever. These light little aircraft, though, I do recommend at least the middle setting, so intermediate, not quite beginner. Alright, let's power this up and have a look. First, we're going to gently set it on its back. If you notice the little orange dot to the orange dot. You guys are able to see this, you're all in frame, good. And then you just Velcro it right up underneath. Sometimes, yeah, that Velcro is not so nice. So everything's powered up. I think it took too long to do it. There you go. It's bound just like that. Everything works. Isn't that not pretty cool or what? It's pretty simple, honestly. Now, some of the other things, the features, like we're saying, with all your safety and all that, we're going to cover that in just a sec. I don't know if you guys got to see it, so I just wanted to show you. When it comes to binding, you just push in on the left stick and then turn it on, and you'll hear it go through its beep sequence. And then you kind of seen what happens when it's bind, correct? When it's bound. Yes, good English. These are your trim. It comes with all kinds of trims so that you can actually adjust it right out. It's your elevator. Gives you your up and your down. Your ailerons, which gives you your banking. Don't worry, I'm going to explain the chatter in a minute. It's not a bad thing. And of course, this is your throttle, up and down, and then your rudder, which is also your steering when you're on the ground. So, let's talk about this stabilization. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to film this, guys. Alrighty, we'll just wing it. Now, notice the control surfaces, which are, you see them come up on one side and down on the other. Alright, so when I bank it, see that aileron come up? That's not me. And then when I turn it this way, that one comes up, and when wind comes over, it hits that and it pushes the wing level. And then when you go like that, same idea, pushes it back up. Same with the elevator. Goes up, comes down. Harder for you to see. How's that? It just self-adjusts. But when you shut off stabilization, you don't get it unless you really move quick. So that would be like a wind gust going like this. It helps make that smoother. And if it's off, little to no stabilization. It's really hard to show you guys on camera, but when you're flying it, you really feel it. And one more thing, I think we should demonstrate before the camera shuts off. Power. It's got pull for such a tiny little motor, but this is a brushed motor with a gearbox. So that means the brushed motor just doesn't have the RPM to get it up to what it needs to generate thrust to keep it flying good. So they put a gearbox on the end of that motor to speed it up. Worked out beautifully though, I think so. And there you go. That's your Sport Cub S Horizon Hobby Way to go, Horizon Hobby, by the way. Just say this now. Not a paid thing. This was donated to me by a good friend of mine, Tony. You're an awesome man. Thank you for helping me and my son. By the way, guys, my son's an amazing pilot. You'll see. But thank you very much for helping us get back into the hobby. This was not the only thing that Tony donated. Stay tuned. We're onto something huge here. Aviation's awesome. Always loved it. Always been into it. It's been in the family. And now, thanks to a good friend, I'm getting back in the air. Stay tuned for more. We got so much more to show you. Hopefully, if this goes over well and there's interest in this video, I'm going to tabletop review every single plane. And then we're going to go back through and do an in the air review of every single plane. Thanks for watching, guys. As I do more of these, I'll find improvements on how to make these videos just a little bit better. I'm not a fan of filming indoors, can you tell? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. More to come.